used to know what happens when the world ends. At least this is an okay bar for running into you. least this is an okay bar for running into you. It's an awful house, and I wanted to get you out. I'm working on a plan right now to come through. I've waited for a lifetime for you to calm down. Oh, nothing feels the same without you now. I've waited for a lifetime for you to calm down. 'Cause nothing feels the same without you now. What's the point in dreaming if I lose my voice? The second I get caught by you, I wanted you to know that I'm afraid, but we can make it.
It'll be good today. And we'll arrive at a project undertaking to link photographic tracks if you see them. The tracks will usually be close to the vegetation. The kangaroos will move from one. And coming up is an array of different colours from those pools of water forming around it. Ones haven't been worn away because of the calcium carbonate layer mixed with lime. Not only part Aboriginal, but also a trauma counsellor and past midwife. And she stayed on the boat.
house built here.